there was no one to save us? Would you leave it all on the pavement? Would you dye the ground with some stray blood?
Hello YouTube, it is Cabooses WTF here, and here today I'll be showcasing the Saints Row Garage Editor tool for game saves for Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, PC on Steam, Epic. You know, it basically covers a lot of platforms. Basically what this tool allows you to do is it allows you to manage your garage, such as duplicating your vehicles, rearranging your garage, modifying the wheel and rim sizes, as well as doing some upgrades, as well as underglow if you're on Saints Row 3 and 4. Now, I'm not going to go over how to get your game saves. I'm not going to go over how to extract those game saves off your console. I'm not going to go over how to decrypt your game saves for PS3 or PS4. There are plenty of YouTube tutorials on how to do all that stuff for PS3 and PS4 and Xbox 360 and of the such. Now, this also works for Nintendo Switch versions of Saints Row, and the only way I know to get Nintendo Switch game saves is either you have to use emulator or you have to have a jailbroken Nintendo Switch. That way you can, extract your saves and re-import them. I'm not going to go over how to get your game saves or anything of that nature, so this tutorial is assuming you already have your game save and you're ready to go. So here we're going to go to open game save. I'm going to just show you a brief, overview of what it offers and, on all these games and platforms. So we're going to go to Saints Row 1, which is 360 only. Here, usually you want to click yes to make a backup. However, I already have my saves backed up, so I'm just going to click no moving forward in this video overview. So there's not really a whole lot you can do for Saints Row 1. For Saints Row 1, you can hover over the vehicle. And for most vehicles, not all, but if you hover over it, it'll give you a preview of what the vehicle is. It's not going to be a preview of the actual vehicle as it is in your garage. It just shows a generic image that comes from the Saints Row Vehicles wiki. So let's just say I want to rearrange. So you can drag a vehicle wherever you want. You can right click and you can extract it. So once you extract it, you can give these save vehicle data files, as I like to call them. You can give them to friends. So let's just say you modify a vehicle and you want them to have it. Instead of doing any kind of duplication glitches and stuff in game to duplicate your car, you can just give them this file and they can inject it into their game save. Now, you can also delete it if you want to delete vehicles from your garage. You can also duplicate it. You can also sort by. I don't use the sorting feature, so I'm not really going to go over it. But if you do want to sort, you can go off this. You can instantly move the vehicle to the top or the bottom. Then move the bottom, as you can see. You can add vehicles to a vehicle pack, or you can add vehicles from a vehicle pack, or you can extract vehicles to a vehicle pack. So I'm going to extract it and just name it test. And then I'm going to right click and click add vehicles from vehicle pack. I'm going to open up that pack file. And as you can see, it now basically added all the same vehicles back to my garage. Now for Saints Row 1, the safe or the max vehicles you can have in your garage is 64. You can add more than 64 with the tool, but the game will not load more than 64 vehicles. So just keep that in mind. So whenever you're done, adding vehicles to your garage, deleting them, extracting them for friends, you can go ahead and click save and then close the file. Now we're going to go to Saints Row 2, and it covers PC, PS3, and Xbox 360. Now here, same thing, you can rearrange your garage how you want. However, in Saints Row 2, you can modify your rim and tire width to be what sizes you want. The max size is 255 for each category for rim size and tire width. So you can rearrange, you can extract the vehicle if you want. So you can extract it, give it to friends. You can delete it if you choose. You can right click it and click duplicate, and it'll add the exact same duplicate. Okay, and just like before, you can extract all vehicles to a vehicle pack. And you can add vehicles from a vehicle pack. Okay. So now I'm just going to go show you that the other Saints Row 2 saves do open for other platforms. And it has the same functionality. Okay, now we're going to move over to Saints Row 3. Alright, just like with Saints Row 2 and Saints Row 1, you can reorganize, you can right click, you can extract, delete, add a vehicle, duplicate the vehicle, add to a vehicle pack, or extract to a or add vehicles from a vehicle pack, or you can extract to a vehicle pack, and of course you have some assortments and instant move to top or bottom. You can also modify your rim and tire widths. However, with the introduction of Saints Row 3, you have a DLC garage here. Now, you can kind of ignore this saying DLC garage. The Saints Row 3 and 4 games get kind of weird across platforms, so just kind of consider this a garage too, because in some instances you can start seeing DLC vehicles start popping up in the main garage. So just consider this a DLC garage / garage 2. Now, you can also rearrange, organize, delete, just how you could in Saints Row 1 and 2. However, you can also modify your rim and tire size. But with Saints Row 3, you can modify your modifications tabs such as torque, tire durability, reinforced bumper, reinforced frame, as well as change your underglow. Now, DLC Garage, same principle. You can add, delete, reorganize, duplicate, change the tire and rim sizes, as well as change your modifications and the underglow as well. Now, another feature you can do across Saints Row 1 to Saints Row 4 is you can do the Share tab. The Share tab allows you to upload your vehicle into the cloud, which is something Hazard has allowed people to do. That way, people can go to the actual Share service and download a vehicle to import into their game saves. I'm not going to actually upload one, but here you'll have to add an image, description, and all that fun mess. Now I'm just going to show you Saints Row 3 for the rest of them. It's the exact same principle. Besides, again, things make it a little, different here. Okay. Basic overview. Exact same thing with the PS3. Saints Row 3 for PS3. And it's the same thing for Saints Row 3 on the Nintendo Switch. Okay, now we're going to go to Saints Row 3 Remastered, and I only have the game on Epic and PS4. You can duplicate, add to a vehicle pack, add vehicles from a vehicle pack, rearrange how you want, delete, change, rim sizes and modifications. And now we're going to go ahead and go to Saints Row 4. Now, Saints Row 4 is kind of weird. On Steam and Epic, there are quite a few different versions of Saints Row 4. Now, we have Saints Row 4 Reelected. We have Saints Row 4 Legacy Branch, which is what happens on Steam when you right-click and go to the Betas tab. You'll have a Legacy Branch. Now, the Legacy Branch on Steam for Saints Row 4 is not the true Legacy build of Saints Row 4. It's actually a fuck-up by Volition back then. It's actually pretty much a clone of Reelected, but it's when, I guess, it introduced the Workshop, and it's, I guess you can call Legacy the Workshop build, and then we have Reelected. But before the Workshop build and Reelected, we had True Legacy. So True Legacy, I will actually put a beta code in the description below. So if you actually don't have the True Legacy build, which is pre_mod_test, which stands for pre-workshop or pre-work test. It's something like that. But that is the True Legacy build of Saints Row 4. The only downside to the True Legacy build of Saints Row 4 on Steam, at least, is if you didn't buy the DLC back when Saints Row 4 originally released on Steam, you will not be able to use DLC on that version unless you bought it back then. There's no way to buy the DLC for Saints Row 4 on Steam, as far as I'm aware. Because all the DLC was taken down in favor of Reelected. So the save vehicle data files for Reelected and True Legacy, These vehicle data files are not interchangeable. You can't add vehicle data files from legacy to reelected or reelected to legacy. It's a completely different format. The save formats are completely different. So if you try to inject those, in between each other, you're going to get errors or game crashes or something like that. So I'm going to go to, just go through all of them. And just like before, you have a garage, DLC garage, rearrange, right click, delete, duplicate, same principle. It's all self-explanatory. Modify your modifications and underglow. Same thing in the DLC garage. You can do the exact same things. Whoops, I did not mean to open that. Okay, same thing for Nintendo Switch. Now let's go to Steam Reelected. Exact same features. It's just the Steam Reelected version, all vehicles actually show up in this Garage tab, so there is no DLC Garage on Reelected. So if you see the DLC Garage tab, disappear for Steam or Epic or anything like that, just ignore it because they all get stored here. Now we'll go to Steam True Legacy, which actually, I'll just show you. So if it's a True Legacy build, it'll have SR4 save. So it'll use the actual Saints Row 3 save format if it's a True Legacy build of Saints Row 4. Okay, and the True Legacy build of Saints Row 4 actually does have a DLC garage where DLC vehicles will pop up here. However, I don't own the original DLC on Legacy build, so I don't have any DLC vehicles. But same thing, you can change your modifications, all that fun mess, and underglow and all that. So yeah, anyway guys, that was a basic overview, rough example of how it works. Just make sure whenever you do your changes, make sure you click save. This tool was made by XB36, or as other people may know him, Xbox 360 Hazard. I had him make this tool because his Saints Row save collection editor, it's kind of buggy. A lot of stuff, or not a lot of stuff, but some features don't work platform to platform, or a certain platform will be completely busted, and nobody's reporting these bugs to him, so it's kind of hard to get those bugs fixed. So if you use the Saints Row collection save editor, and if you find any bugs, report them directly to Hazard if you do want that tool up and fully working for the platform and game or Saints Row game that you're trying to mod on. At least use that save editor for. If nobody reports bugs, the bugs will not be fixed. That's just common sense. I was a huge beta tester for him with the save editor, but time, life, projects got in the way, so I had to stop testing the actual collection save editor. So he really needs a lot of people to go test it. That way it can get updates in the future. Just be sure to report the bugs to him. If he requests for a game save, send him your game save. That way he can debug and see what's going on. But yeah guys, this save editor works for every single platform I've just showed you. So Nintendo Switch, PS3, PS4, Epic, Steam, Steam Legacy, Xbox 360, everything I've shown today, it completely works on. I've not tried any of the GOG versions of the Saints Row games, but they should work fine. If any of the GOG games end up not working, make sure all your games are basically on the very last update before you report any bugs. If you have any bugs or find any bugs with the tool, with this version of the tool, with the garage editor, be sure to report them to Hazard and send him your game save if he so does require it. Just so that way he can fix any issues. All right, and that was a basic overview, basic explanation of how the Saints Row Garage editor works. But now I'm going to show you the vehicle share and give you a basic rundown of how it does work. I know I showed it earlier in the video, but I didn't really explain it that well. So if without a game save being open, if you go to the vehicle share tab, you'll have to create an account and sign in. Once it loads. Alright, and it's being slow because I'm recording. Alright, so once you get to vehicle share and you sign into your profile, create an account, log in and all that stuff, you'll be greeted with, pages. Here you can go to a page. So let's just go to page 4. Okay. You can filter search for most liked, most downloaded, my uploads, my favorites, you know, the game filters and platforms, and you'll be able to see vehicles with their descriptions as well as which vehicle it is, as well as a picture image of the vehicle you'll be downloading. So once you go to a vehicle you like, I'm just going to go here to this Compton and click download, and you can download it to your desktop or whatever. Just pay attention to what platform it says it's for and what game it's for. Now, if you end up running across a vehicle that is not correct, or you know, it's not the vehicle in game that it says it is on the download, be sure you click this little icon here to report it and leave a detailed description on what's going on with it and how it's wrong. I'll show you a good example of what could be wrong. So let me go to page 1. So on page 1, we have this vehicle here, and it's called Destroy UFO, but the description says the Ultor limo. It'll show a picture of the limo, but when you go to click download, it'll say it's a Destroy UFO. Now, what vehicle this actually is beyond me, but I'll self-assume it's actually a Destroy UFO and not a limo. So if you come across any bad uploads, make sure you do report them so they can be taken down. So if anyone uploads, you know, bad uploads time and time again, just be aware you could get banned from the vehicle share service, which involves downloading vehicles and or sharing vehicles to the cloud. Now, Hazard doesn't have this rule set in stone, and I think it's because he's unaware. So I'm going to make up this rule for him, which sounds odd. But if you use the vehicle share service to upload vehicles and download, only upload vanilla game vehicles. And what I mean by that is if you use any modded version of the game that updates and recrunches the vehicle CPNC, or not CPNC, or recrunches the vehicles and changes them in some way dramatically to a point where that vehicle can't work on a vanilla game save, do not upload that vehicle to the vehicle share service, because if someone's playing on a vanilla copy of the game or an unmodded version of the game and they try to use your vehicle file, there is a high chance they will crash the moment they go to the garage to try to drive that vehicle. So if you're using the service, use vanilla game vehicle files from a vanilla game save from the vanilla version of the game. It needs to be on the latest updates, of course, but just make sure it's not super modded, like Gentleman of the Row. Don't upload Gentleman of the Row based vehicle files, you know, for Saints Row 2 into the vehicle share service. And I'm saying that because some of those vehicles may have been recrunched, and there could be an issue on vanilla Saints Row 2. If you use F13's, you know, more recent single player mod, I don't remember the name of it now, but I know he recrunches and duplicates cars, which changes vehicles in a certain way. So those vehicles may not work on vanilla Saints Row 2. There's some other recrunch vehicle mod files for, you know, PC and across the other Saints Row games. Just be sure you only upload the vanilla, you know, vehicle files from unmodded versions of the game, and that's just to keep the vehicle share service nice, tidy, and clean. Now again, Hazard probably is not aware of this. He might have a few vehicles uploaded that's for Gentleman of the Row only on here, but he uploaded those a few years ago. I haven't tested them, but I am making him aware of this. So I can't stress this enough. If you upload vehicle save files to the vehicle share, you know, to the vehicle share side, make sure those vehicles have not been modded, as in recrunched through Volition, you know, table crunchers. And that's just to keep compatibility. That way you don't have a lot of people on vanilla reporting your download for, you know, crashing their game or something like that. So it's just something to keep in mind. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. So come subscribe. See you guys next time.